And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Siempre son los emblemas.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Right.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
La vajilla buena.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Hola Aram, ¿qué tal? La Collectors del Starfield, hostia. Es cara, ¿eh? Pero el reloj es muy bonito.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could.
so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Tampoco hubo beso aquí. Es una peli o un juego, es un RPG. Los RPG son así. Yo encantado. Pensé que había una escena.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom.
Hay quests. Una. Oh, y aquí hay algo que me desbloquea algo. Primero iba a hacer la
Vivian
normal.
could probably make an educated guess.
Pues los RPG son así. Hay escenas, hay lore. Es importante.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets.
Violeta
I've
Monzón.
no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
No sé, Molbol. Vale. ¿Luego podré irme a otro sitio? Sí.
I could have sworn we had a few more. Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these guardians?
De hecho, voy a ver si hay más. No, siguen los mismos. Vale. Pues ya de paso haré este de aquí. En lo alto de la colina, junto a Eastpool. Vale. Debería sacar fotos de esto. Debería sacarme fotos de las hunts y así ya lo tengo, ¿sabes? No sé si me explico. Saco foto y así no tengo que volver aquí cada vez. Perfecto. ¿El anterior dónde está? Perfecto. Pues ya está. Vale. Me viene de camino el dragón.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Dame el collarcito.
Here you are.
Es un anillo. Anillo de bárbaro.
All done?
Anillo de bárbaro. Incrementa el ataque temporalmente al ejecutar una esquiva perfecta. Hostia. Pero no pone cuánto incrementa el ataque. Claro. Me gustaría saber cuánto. Así podría decidir si me cunde o no. Que tal vez no me cunde. Bueno, de momento lo cambiaré por si acaso.
There are new billets being put.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
Vaya voz le han puesto.
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Look, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Como todo priorizar, pero... Vale, va.
How did we never hear about these guardians?
I could have sworn we had a few.
¿Qué le pasa al herrero? A ver.
That monster's taken quite a liking to me.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
if it'll shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of hail. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
That monster's taken quite a liking.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Hola. Hola, Shaku. ¿Qué tal? Perdón si estoy tardando en leer el chat, que estoy siempre pendiente de la historia. Y Gonza, descarga la trial, descárgala. No te arrepentirás. Sí, estoy focus, Era la idea.
Typical nobles.
Sambrec también. Pues también le voy a hacer una foto. También le haré una foto. Ala. Así lo tengo aquí guardado. Vale. Vale, pues también es ensamble. Vale. Pero... Era... la puerta del este, ¿no? Este. Puerta del este. Ah, del oeste. Creo que estoy un poco desubicado. Ah, aquí hay dos. No. Ah, te marca las escuelas que hay. Hostia, pues estoy bastante perdido, ¿eh? Claro, eso es hambreque. Meridional. Y eso ya se los haría, claro. Pues será... No, tiene que ser aquí. Es aquí. En la puerta oeste. Lo que pasa es que para llegar ahí... ¿No había una forma rápida? O sea, no puedo ir... desde aquí. Más rápido. Es mapa mundi, vale. No puedo. No puedo. Bueno, pues hay que ir a pata. Hasta aquí. A ver. Pues sí, estoy muy focus con la historia. Vale. Todo recto. Vale.
Seid ihr?
Y hago todas las misiones secundarias. Hablo con todos los NPCs, a ser posible. La primera run siempre es de chill, sin prisas. Sin prisas pero sin pausa. Podría ir en ChocoFeru, ¿no? Pero hay bichos. Ah, son low levels. Bueno, aún así me dan puntillos.
Good girl.
Y ahora no sé si voy bien. Al revés.
Yeah.
Time to fight.
Bueno, aunque sea low level, le voy a dar igual. Porque está muy lejos, si no luchaba contra todo.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Voy a quitar la marca. Es esta zona, sí, sí. Seguro que aparece aquí. Es un buen sitio para luchar. Bien. Míralo. El Final 14. Bueno, no leo el texto de abajo.
Another work will have to wait.
Look sharp.
Ah, eso es lo que me ha activado. Mierda.
closer already. That's better.
Bueno. Ya tiene que usar potis. No quería usar potis, pero joder. Uy. Vale.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Me lo voy a llevar ahí, güey.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would.
Me va a hacer un cinturón también.
Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Vale, y había otro bicho por estos lares. Supuestamente... en Vista Clara. El ángel de la muerte se llama. En Vista Clara. Aquí. Por aquí tiene que haber algo. Otra hunt. Esta de nivel C, creo.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
No sé si daban más información. Ah, pero creo que lo estoy viendo. Se ve desde aquí. Vale. Voy a quitar esto. Una chirada o una suparna que ha quedado suelta, parece.
Straight home now.
Aruna.
If that's what I think it is, this isn't going to be easy. Fine hand.
Bueno, y tan mal, no he tenido que usar potis. Vale. Ojo eólico, seguro que sirve para upgradear algo.
Rest well. I know I will.
Vale, luego hay otra hunt. Claro, aquí no me sale la imagen porque no querían spoilearme, supongo. Luego hay otro. Belfegor. Está empuñadura rota en Rosaria. O Rosaria. Lo que voy a hacer es... Me tendría que curar en algún momento. Vale. Me viene de camino igualmente. Me gusta mucho de las hunts, ¿eh? Dije empuñadura no sé qué, ¿no? Empuñadura rota. Ah, aquí. Vale, voy a hacer la quest esta y luego voy para arriba.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up, hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer, and there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do.
3 reeds would be your best bet, memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Vale. ¿Dónde está lejitos de donde tengo que ir? Bueno, iré aquí primero, pues. ¿Por dónde es más fácil? Por aquí. Por el puente. ¡Ay! Quería comprar ítems. Porque creo que... Bueno, voy a comprar potis.
Anything catch your eye?
Me he gastado unas cuantas.
There you go. Thanks very much.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
¿Por qué silba así? Debería correr más el chocobo. Es que seguro que me falta un upgrade. Me parece que derrape. Y eso corre más.
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Garuda! Ah! To me, Flame! You're finished! Stay down!
Muy poca experiencia.
I better get this back to Octava before it goes bad.
Vale, imagino que tengo que volver ya allí, pero voy a hacer la junta esta. Tengo que buscar un dragón. Empuñadura rota. A ver. No sé exactamente dónde estará. Era el acantilado ese. Como no sea aquí. Eso se considera el mismo sitio.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Bichillos, bichillos. Ahí está. Bélfego. Parece un nombre de El Señor de los Anillos. Le he dado a esquivar, Wow. Madre mía, es que me tengo un montón.
It's a me, boy. That's all ready. Too slow. There's a good boy.
Madre mía. Los dragones son los que menos pillo, de bloquear y tal. Buah, da un montón de experiencia. Las guns. Hala, ya tengo todas hechas. Uña de dragón. Seguro que me sirve de algo. Vale. Vale, pues ahora sí. Ya no hay ninguna quest pendiente, ¿no? Vale. Voy a entregar esas dos y después sí la historia ya. Volví, supongo que me perdí mucho, ¿verdad? No sé cuándo te fuiste, pero solo he estado haciendo quests secundarias. Hemos visto al tío de Clive. No sé si has visto esa escena. Ah, estaba con el tío de Clive. Pues ya está. Todo lo demás han sido secundarias. Y a las he terminado, voy a entregarlas.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
Sí, aquí lo tienes.
I did indeed.
Estaba haciendo secundarias, o sea que...
Marvelous.
De historia
Let's
nada.
see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Te la comes tú, Te la comes tú.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
Se va a encontrar mal.
Odin's teeth. What, the salt on the senses? It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Vale. Bueno, da bastante experiencia. Incrementa la defensa en 30. Hombre, este da mucho más, Vale, vamos a entregar la otra. Bueno, las potis que me he gastado.
And what can I do for you?
Las potis que me he gastado.
You'll not find a better price.
Madre
than
mía,
that.
2 ultra pociones,
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered
And with
either
a bit
way.
of luck, Clive might even... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Vale. Ya está animado.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. It wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Misión cumplida. A ver, el plano en el que se debe al proceso para fabricar un cinturón digno de un héroe de leyenda. Cinturón matadragones. Pues ahora me puede craftear cosas con recetas. Solo tener el diseño de cinturón de matadragones, ¿vale?
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
Electrum. Ah, y me lo da una Hunt. Ya me lo marca ahí. Vale. Hombre, la defensa sube bastante. Electrum. ¿Y qué me lo puede dropear? Masa gelatinosa. También de Hunt. O sea, te dice... Te dice si viene de un bicho. ¿Y upgradear? No, porque no tengo nada upgradeable, ¿no? Nada interesante. Vale. Pues voy a ver si hay alguna HUD más. Y si no, pues hago la historia. Aunque, por lo que veo, no hay nuevas. Perdón por abrir tantas veces el mapa. Vale. Voy a ver lo de la HUD. Y lo de la reputación y ya está. A ver qué dice Sio. Y me perderé más que hoy me toca salir a caminar. No puede faltar el horario que me marqué. Vale, vale. Bueno. No pasa nada. Salir a andar está bien. No hagas como yo, todo el día en el sofá. Lo voy a resubir todo. Así que esta noche dejaré pasando todos los vídeos. Y lo voy a resubir todo. O si no te ves el restream y ya está. Cuando yo estoy durmiendo y tú estás despierta, te miras el restream. ¿Por dónde lo has dejado? Vale, no hay hunts nuevas.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts?
Rollo de música. Ah.
You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Y a ver si hay alguna cosa nueva.
Clive. Here you go.
Estoy limpio.
Think you can help?
Venga, va. Podemos seguir la historia. Tenemos barco.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the mother crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drastanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
It will be over soon.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things. I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
No tengo más misiones, ¿eh? Vamos allá. Hálito del dragón. Reino de hierro. Cristal madre que se alza majestuoso sobre el monte Drustanus. El objeto de culto de la ortodoxia cristalina. Tenemos el barco y todo, ¿no?
Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it. When the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
There she is. The Iron Kingdom's Mother Crystal.
Drake's breath.
Joder, vaya pinta tiene.
Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency. Allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
All right. Let's go.
Vámonos.
I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
No hay mapa. no.
They're all Akashic.
Beings that must have spread. It was never as bad as this before. And the only way past them is through them.
¿Dónde está? Ahí.
Was that an earthquake?
They happen all the time. That wasn't even a bad one. It's nothing to worry about.
Si estoy aquí tan tranquilo, ya están los lobos atacando. No miré si puedo upgradearme skills. Creo que no. Necesito 2000. Ah, no, pues no. 1000. 1000 para esta. Vale. Esta la tengo upgradeada. Vale. Está al máximo, bien. Pues las demás que me sobran no sé qué voy a subir. Podría subir esto. Que la uso mucho. Joder. Ya, pensabas que no le ibas a pegar. En eso.
The old arboretum is just up ahead.
Melena.
We'll enter the caves from there.
Eso es que viene algo.
Look at this place. What a mess.
Wait.
It's turned.
basic.
Nothing a shield of Rosaria can't handle. Just like old times. You sure to keep clear of his wall?
Believe me, I mean to. That's the foul.
Don't breathe it in.
Hostia. Pero... Ah, vale. Que se queden ahí. No sé por qué usa el LB, pero bueno. Ah, no me da honor este, bueno. Para hacer no hit de este es difícil, ¿eh?
Press on.
Yes.
Buah, con el volcán.
It's like a furnace in here.
We're inside the volcano. You get used to the heat, though I don't remember it being quite this hot.
Was that one cause for concern?
It was. And they're getting bigger. Something's wrong.
Me encanta esta skill. Tiene pinta que es aquí, ¿eh? Donde hay que seguir. Pero claro, yo quiero... A ver, espera. Quiero ver todas las posibilidades. Entonces, si paso por debajo de la puerta... Ahora no sé cuál es el secreto. ¿Cuál es el camino secreto?
Fuck. Is there no other way across?
Ah, vale. O sea que no se puede cruzar, ¿sí? Hielo, ¿no? Esas cosas. Ay, pero...
This is going to be close. Come on!
No puedo volver ahora.
Let's not do that again.
No. That's not.
No puedo volver al camino ese. Y había algo ahí. Joder. Mierda. No puedo volver de verdad. ¿Puedes volver a hacer lo del hielo? ¿No? Y vuelvo. Bueno, joder. Me jode mucho estas cosas, me jode mucho. Estas cosas. Pero cargarlo ya no puedo. No. A las 15:27. Es justo ahora. Mierda. A las 15:26. Voy a cargar el punto anterior. Eso se ha guardado hace poco. O sea, hace muchos saves, Voy a hacer este. ¿Por qué me sale lo de los objetos descargables? Ah, mira, pues justo aquí, vale.
Fuck. Is there no other way across?
Bien. Suerte que va guardando muy de vez en cuando, Suerte de eso. A ver qué había aquí. Seguro que era una mierda. Una poción o algo, ¿sabes? No sé. ¿Es por donde vine? No me digas, Porque tiene pinta. Es por donde vine. O sea, no me perdía nada. En fin. Era simplemente, entre comillas, un atajo. Antes seguí recto. Podías ir por ahí aquí arriba. Sí, porque por aquí pasaba ya. Bueno, es bueno saberlo. Ya está, sí. En fin. Seguro que más de uno le ha pasado esto. Bueno, me saltaré esta escena que ya hemos visto.
They don't look too tough.
Perhaps not alone, but in numbers like these.
Oh.
Ah, y puedo anular el... Nunca lo había hecho. Hostia, no sé, estoy volviendo más. Joder, con el bomb, no me había dado cuenta.
Well, we aren't going this way.
Let's look for another path.
Puedes hacer hielitos ahora.
Drake's breath.
We're nearly at the oratory.
Hostia.
What the hell is that?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, whatever it is, I don't think it's friendly.
Aros de mitrilo. Ojo. Aros de mitrilo. Buah, me sube un montón la defensa. Bueno. Sabemos lo que va a pasar aquí, ¿no? Casualmente una zona así redondita y grande. Frente a un templo. ¿Qué va a pasar?
One of the demons. But they never leave the lava.
If I didn't know better, I think this volcano was about to erupt.
Why attack us then? They're peaceful creatures.
Then this one must be the exception.
Claro, es que también soy... Pirosaurio derrotado. Pirosaurio. Había ganado un montón de defensa y cosas.
You hurt?
Just hot. Thank you.
Quite a commotion our friend made. Let's hope the guards didn't hear it.
The gate to the inner chambers is just up there. Then we make for the sanctuary. I need to finish this. Before the heat finishes me.
Hear, hear.
Pues sí.
We'll enter the Comric by the Handmaiden's living quarters. It was always a hive of activity.
Sounds like we'll have a hard time staying out of sight.
We won't have to. There's someone there I should very much like to see.
¿Ella no sube? Se teleporta. Me giraré y estaré ahí. En silencio.
Lady Marley. It's me. By some mother. Jill, it can't be. It is, my lady. I cannot talk here. Come with me.
No llamaron para nada la atención, ¿eh?
I'm so glad you're safe.
And I you.
Why ever would you risk coming back? Are you a fool, girl? Or have you grown tired of your freedom already?
Forgive me, my lady. But I had to come back. There are things I left undone. Tell me, where is the Patriarch?
At this hour, he'll be in the Comric, giving thanks.
You mean... Oh, fiend! Clive, we have to get to the sanctuary. Now. Lady Marley, you must flee this place, gather your things, and go.
Now listen here, Jill.
We have company.
This way. Follow this passage. It leads straight to the Comric. Go on, stop dawdling.
Thank you. You were always so kind to me. My light in the darkness. Take care, my lady, please. You deserve better than this. A long and happy life, promise me.
I'll live if you promise to do the same.
Come on, Clive. We're nearly at the comwreck.
All right. Here's our welcoming party.
I've had enough of their hospitality.
Caminos. Vale, por aquí no es. Cómo se ve la zona de aquí. Ah, vale, tengo que llegar ahí. Ahí está, aquí está.
How many of them are there?
Vale, da el botón súper justo, Aquí no es, pero me acerco por si acaso hay cosas. Venga. 1200 guineas. Pero no es el camino. Aquí hay otra puerta.
Clive, there's something I need you to know. I saw the Patriarch do things no one should have to see. And so I swore that he would die by my hand.
I understand. I faced my demons, and you must face yours.
Hay mucho bicho ahí. Está dividido. Es un volcán.
We're nearly there. Just one last push.
I can't let it stop.
Orbes candentes, ¿eso qué es? Ah, vale, para los vale. $899. También uso mucho este de aquí. Y Fred ya tiene los que suelo usar, ya los tiene, ¿no? Sí. Ya me equivoco. Pongo bien, que se viene, seguro.
Shiva's dominant. Come to beg forgiveness for your failure.
For years, I followed your orders. Fought your wars. All to protect the children you took. Just as you took me. And what did you do in return? You put them in chains and you slit their throats!
Fiend.
Their souls were sullied with a stain of ether. I merely cleansed them of their corruption. A penance paid, just as the Holy Mother wills it! Repent, abomination! For a monster like you to set foot in the Holy Cymric is in itself a crime deserving of death.
You're right. I am a monster. And my soul is stained black. Though not by ether. But by the evil of men like you, who made me close my heart and drown in darkness when I should have raged against it. This is my penance. I will be your monster no more. Nor will I suffer you to create another.
Does the beast bare its teeth at its master? Come then, dominant. Rage, be as you have ever been. A monster!
And what are you, Imran? I was forced to kill. You do it by choice. But never again. I bowed to you once. Now it is you who shall bow to me!
Kill them.
Now!
Right! Why can't I do it? Please, just once.
She won't be able to hold that laugh back forever. We better make this quick.
It won't take long.
eso salió del volcán, sí, cuando Joshua hizo algo con la mano y salió eso. Y yo, hostia, ¿qué? ¿Nos está atacando? O no sé.
Jill!
I'm going to finish this, Clive.
¿Dónde está? ¿Y los niños?
Here. Use this.
¿Y el señor? ¿Ese?
Sid. We're one step closer to freedom.
The crystal. What did you do to it?
Oh. We destroyed it.
What? But... Monster! Monster! Do you have any idea what you have done?
I do, Father. I have killed the monster and become an outlaw. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
It's over.
It is.
And Shiva exacted her price.
She did.
Again, the burden fell to you.
And I bore it willingly. This was a sin for which I had to atone. Now I can continue at your side with my head held high.
Qué raro que no se haga nada.
Clive, look.
It's just like the one at Phoenix Gate.
No hay más dibujo.
Damn it. We need to leave.
Agreed.
Sería algo más abajo. Claro.
I kept my promise, and now you keep yours.
Uno menos. Pero claro.
This way, Your Grace.
¿Y no te da la capucha?
You're bleeding. I have a tonic which will...
I thank you for your kindness.
La niña es.
Truly. But I assure you,
Del mercado.
I will survive. Please, save your medicines for those who need them most.
Oh, well, if you're sure.
For a moment there, I felt my brother's presence.
You did?
I fear he is in Ultima's thoughts again. But why now, after 5 years of silence? I cannot keep him sealed away much longer.
Your Grace.
No, do not dirty your hands. Look at them all. Like a river flowing to the sea.
Or moths to a flame, perhaps. The crystalline dominion, their light in the darkness. More and more lose their homes to the blight and set out in search of sanctuary, while others lose their fortunes to the Dhalmekian levies and leave to find new livelihoods. What is it that you seek in the Dominion, Your Grace?
Oh, Dion Lesage.
You mean the Crown Prince of Sanbrec?
He has many titles. Dion the Bold, Prince of Dragoons, Odin's Nemesis, or simply Bahamut. I met him once, when we were children. He was a chivalrous soul even then, and has served his empire indefatigably ever since.
And you are confident that he will listen to what you have to say?
Our world lurches ever closer to the abyss, and a hidden hand ushers us onward. Ultima's influence extends to every nation, Sanbrec included. If His Highness is the man I believe him to be, and I pray that he is, this truth will not have escaped his notice. As the mother crystals fall, the eternal flame wavers, and the azure sky begins to bruise. How lucky we were to be blessed by the crystals, and yet how spoiled. Like canaries in a gilded cage, growing fat on seed. But now, the bars are closing in, and we must take flight. Painful though it be to leave our home behind, it is what we must do to be free. Which is it that men cannot live without? A blessing that leads to damnation, or a freedom that leads to deprivation? I do not yet know the answer to that question. Do you, Clive?
Your Grace, let us find a place to rest a while. We can return by the Dhalmekian trail once you have recovered your strength. I realize your duty is pressing, but if your health should fail...
I know. Thank you, Yote.
Pedazo de cristal.
The army's attempt to breach the Empire's defenses and gain the Isles of Ark has failed yet again.
Only because your fleet has proved as impotent as a eunuch on laying night. Would you rather we simply fell back to the capital?
Enough, both of you. All here agree that the Empire cannot be allowed to maintain its illegitimate claim on the Dominion. However, our casualties mount with each passing day.
There is a literal sea twixt you and your prize. The armies of Sambrek need but sit back and watch as you harmlessly lap against their walls. They are dug in like ticks and seek to draw out this siege, knowing the capital's stores are nigh bottomless. And what of our wise rulers? Goaded into war without any thought as to what chaos it might reap. Republican soldiers starve while waiting for orders from Randalar.
If you would but take the field, their bellies would be full by nightfall.
If I take the field, so too will Bahamut, and our duel will shake the island to its foundations. Instead of liberating the Dominion, you would doom it to destruction. Unless that is what you desire.
If our learned advisor has a solution to propose, we should be glad to consider it.
Is that the Emperor's?
What is the meaning of this, Lord Kupka? What it means is that I am disinclined to advise you any longer.
Hostia, no ha envejecido nada, por cierto.
Ah, the looks on their faces when you walked through those doors. A perfect picture of stupefaction. They could not believe their eyes. Though I confess, I had my own doubts whether or not you would accept my invitation. Such shocking news. Sid isn't a son of a whore. He's the son of an empress. Your own dear Clive.
Absurd. Who fed you these lies? I have never spent a moment among criminals, save at the gallows. I came here with my son, not to entertain your baseless accusations, but to put an end to the senseless hostilities between our nations.
Very well. You need only agree to the terms I set out. Sid took the life of someone dear to me, a woman by the name of Benedicta. I swore to take his in turn. This would not be disagreeable to you, I take it. You would finally be rid of the stain on your noble name. In return, I will leave Sanbreque in your capable hands. Your Imperial Majesty.
And all for the love of a common whore. Dominant or no, one cannot hide one's breeding. And beasts will ever belong with beasts. There are greater things in store for you, my darling Olivier. Soon enough, you shall be the crown prince of Sanbreque. And when your father goes to meet Great Griga, you shall be emperor of all you survey. The old order shall come tumbling down, and you will rebuild the world in your glorious image. Soon.
Joder con la madre. Y no envejece. O usa algo especial. ¿Para el cutis?
She's been in there for hours.
Exacto, saco.
Something must be wrong.
Es que han pasado casi 20... Bueno, 20 años. Y está igual. 20 años después. ...20 años. Y el niño debe tener 13 años o... No, 12, 11 debe tener. Vale. Ah, hay una quest. Hay una quest. ¿Hay más en el mundo? No. Solo hay una aquí. Además esta era de... Hay una de plus. ¿Cuál? Ah, aquí en las... Vale. Vale. Voy a hacer primero esta. Hay upgrades.
Back, are ya?
Hola.
So, will it be?
Puedo upgradear. Llama líquida.
Should last you a good while.
¿Upgradear se puede? Oh, se puede.
You can thank me later.
¿De dónde platino mejorado? Vale. Me sube la defensa, me baja la vida, pero lo puedo upgradear.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. You can thank me later.
Y de aquí nada, ¿no? Oh. Vale, me falta la masa gelatinosa. Seguramente el Moguri tiene una HUD nueva. Oh, tengo que mirar. Pero primero... Ahí está. Ah. Mangurrian. Vale, voy a por la quest que no está aquí.
Is it true what I'm hearing, Sid? You cracked another crystal?
Tienes que salir a caminar. Sale a caminar con el móvil. Sí. Ahora voy a hacer quests.
Oh, bother. Whatever am I to do now, Clive?
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching, but I haven't got a scrap of linen.
Those girls' rags are so threadbare. It's a wonder they don't fall to pieces. And we most certainly cannot have that. A certain amount of decorum must be maintained, even here at the hideaway. You wouldn't want the poor things going without decent clothes now, would you?
Of course not.
No
What
se
can I
mala,
do
pues
to
mucha
help?
tela. Oh, aren't you a dear? You see, I've paid for 2 bolts of cloth from the drapers in Northreach, blue and red. But they don't deliver, not to places that aren't on the map anyway, so I'll need someone to take this receipt and collect them.
And you'd have this someone be me.
I would. And don't let them fob you off with anything less than what I paid for. 1 bolt of blue and 1 of red. I expect them both. They said they'd give us new clothes. But we've no coin.
Me estaba hablando liado por Telegram. Vale. Ya que estoy aquí... Ah, hay hunts nuevas, sí que hay, sí que hay. Vale. Pues aprovecharé, miraré las hunts nuevas que hay. Hola, amor. Ah, tengo que preguntarle de dónde viene este. ¿No? Ah, vale, pensé que le hacía preguntas. Ah, este sí que es... Para volver a leer.
I don't think so.
Es tonto. Te morí. Me toma el pelo. Rango B. Rango B. Vale, voy a hacer foto para variar. Fotito. Así sé dónde es. Rango B. En Rosaría este. Y este también. Vale. Vale. Perfecto. Y de logros no hay más. Vale. Pues voy a hacer la otra misión. Espera, puedo ir desde aquí. Ay, espero que no se me desbloquee. No, vale. La misión después. Primero las opcionales. Siempre en ese orden. ¿Y esta sigue diciendo lo mismo? ¿De Otto?
I fear I may have been hasty in giving my heart to gold. Look past his admittedly handsome visage, and he is little more than an overgrown child at heart. No, it is a man that I need. And who in the hideaway is more manly than Blackthorn? When I see him hammering away at the red-hot ingot, it's enough to turn my cheeks the same shade.
Madre mía, esta señora cada vez habla mejor de un hombre distinto. Mierda, me has pillado sin sonreír. ¿A qué te referías, Saku? Perdona que lea el chat tan tarde, ¿eh? Porque estoy concentrado. A ver... Por aquí.
Let us know if you find any rotten
Sid, I know that when we came to the hideaway, we chose to let go of our past in order that we might focus on our future.
We did?
Nonetheless, I was wondering if... Well, I know you are from Rosaria, and I'm in need of someone with intimate knowledge of those lands. Apparently, the duchy is home to all manner of curative herbs found nowhere else in the realm. Among them is a flower called a morganbeard that increases the potency of lesser medicines.
I can't say that I've had much practice healing. My youth was spent in the Bailey.
A shame. You see, the hideaway relies heavily upon medicines procured from afar. And when those shipments are late, well, it's our sick who suffer. If we could find this flower and learn to grow it here, we might save many lives. However, as you are well aware, Imperial occupation has rendered the roads unsafe for those like me, untrained in the military arts. Now, I'm not asking the busiest man in the hideaway to drop everything and make the journey for me, but if you happen to be in the duchy on other business...
Tell me of these morganbeards, then.
But of course. If my old tomes are to be believed, the flowers are bright yellow and as large as goblins' eyes. Oh, and they grow in the marshes of Sorrowwise. If I am to propagate them here in the backyard, I will require several samples, preferably of blooms which have already gone to seed. And before I forget, I do seem to recall learning in the course of my research that their odor has the tendency to attract unsavory creatures. Nothing you cannot handle, though, I'm sure.
Vale. Vale, ya tengo las dos pilladas. Pues parece que tenemos que ir a Rosaria. Porque están todo ahí. Exacto. Oh. Bueno, aquí también. Vale, voy a hacer esta primero. Claro, lo de la ropa, claro. Pensé que era en Rosaria también. Pero en Rosaria tenemos dos cosas que hacer. Las hunts y la misión que desbloqueamos. Seguro que no.
Might I interest you in some swansdown? Perhaps some seersucker or herringbone?
Just some linen. 2 bolts. Already paid for in full.
Apologies, my lord, but your items aren't here. They were due to arrive on a caravan from Bocklad, but there's been little traffic on the road these past few days. My mother thinks it might be bandits, but she always thinks it's bandits.
It usually is. So I assume the caravan will be coming from the south.
Yes, hopefully carrying all manner of spice and sundries. Wait, you aren't thinking of...
Going to find it. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh. Well then, be safe.
Hace rato que no veo si está Torgal bien. Los stats. Tiene unos stats aparte. Cuando has sacado la foto con el móvil. Ah, vale. Vale. Se lo hacía en la pantalla, pero parecía que se lo hiciese a vosotros. Tendré que repetir la foto. Tendré que repetirla. No ha salido sonriendo, ¿eh? No, no. Hay que repetir. ¿Era equipo o atributos? Atributos. Vale, va subiendo. Pero sube solo.
That damn bird's a menace.
She meant nothing by it, I swear.
Me han chocado.
Who's gonna buy my wares now? State your animals left them in.
They hardly damage us all.
Is there something wrong?
If you're a bandit come to steal my stuff, you're going to be sorely disappointed. And all thanks to this fool.
But it was you who stepped into my path.
Only after that feather-brain trampled me. I demand recompense, be it in coin or the items you carry. Refuse, and I shall report you to the garrison and see you hanged.
These goods are expected in Northreach. I mean, they're not mine to give away.
You wouldn't happen to be on your way from Bocklad, would you?
I am, but did someone from the market send you? Please, you have to help me. I can pay whatever you ask.
So the fool has protection. And coin, too. Sorry, friend, but we'll be the ones taking it. Oi! Killer! It's time to collect!
I told you not to call me that. And we'd have already collected if you hadn't insisted we'd put on this little act.
Bandits!
As I told one of your customers, it usually is. Let's get this over with.
I'll deal with the bird lover. You take the handsome one, killer.
Stop calling me that!
Casi me hago un ojito. Casi. Es que cuando estoy en modo Garuda no puedo esquivar. Es un riesgo.
All right. You made your point. Killer my ass.
Did he hurt you?
No, thankfully. He seemed intent on letting the bandit do his dirty work for him, and he would have succeeded had the Great Lender not sent you. My shipment is safe, and my livelihood with it. You must allow me to reward you.
We can speak of that once you're safe in Northreach. I'll accompany you there.
Las quests son entretenidas, al menos.
So, you and my mother were right. It is always bandits.
And were it not for the kindness of our free sword here, you'd be buying your order back from them at twice the price. Now, if you don't mind, I have a pressing appointment at the Vale before my return to Bocklad. Farewell.
Oh, I almost forgot. I suppose you'll be wanting your linen. You'll be happy to know both bolts arrived safely along with the rest of the delivery. I've also added a few extra lengths of our finest fabrics to the bundle. Free of charge.
Are you sure?
My mother would insist. It's the least we can do for the man who saved our shipment.
That's that done then.
Vale.
Now it's back to Hortense with her cloth.
Pues... aquí. Ya le entregaré. Aquí hay dos hunts. y una misión que desbloquea algo. Vale. A ver. El Minotauro está al oeste de la trocha de Rhiannon. Trocha de Rhiannon. Hostia, a ver. Estoy bien, ¿no? Trocha de Rhiannon. Que tal vez estoy mal, ¿eh? Qué raro. A ver. Claro, esto es Rosaría. Qué raro. Es en Rosaría. Lugar de aparición. Oeste de la trocha de Rhiannon. Oeste es esto, pero claro. ¿Falta algo? Bueno, tengo que ir al oeste igualmente por la cuesta, así que voy a mirar dónde está la otra. La otra junta está en norte de la cala de la melancolía. Norte de la cala de la melancolía. Joder. Tal vez son zonas que aún... Ah, no, está aquí. Cala de la melancolía. Vale. Seguro que me estoy dejando algo. Algo importante. Lo de Rhiannon no sé lo que es. Vale, cala de la melancolía ya está. Ya sé dónde está. Oeste de la trocha de Rhiannon. Es que no veo nada que ponga Rhiannon. Nada. Bueno. Ah, aquí. Joder. Trocha de Rhiannon. Vale, al oeste. O hasta aquí al lado. Vale, joder, ahora lo he visto. Madre mía. Estoy cegato. Bueno, tampoco sabía cómo buscar. Este se va a ver porque es un minotauro.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Y es al oeste, o sea que tiene que ser... Voy a ir por aquí. Míralo. Seclet. Ya no es tan seclet porque lo acabo de descubrir.
so close to the end. Time to take the bull by the horns.
Bicho. Ahora, sube de nivel. Pues ya está. Voy por la calle. Vale, sí. Pues sí. Y ahora tengo que ir aquí. Vale, pues voy. Eso está al norte. Al norte está la otra Hunt. Y aquí la quest. Ya está. Ya habré ahorrado un montón de tiempo. Bueno, voy a comprar potis. Y eso.
What are you after? Much obliged. Thanks very much.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
It'll take ages to tidy all this stuff up.
Voy a ponerme es... En vez de píldoras heroicas... Roba el elixir ahí. Como emergente. Porque creo que en combate no puedo usar ítems. Lo tengo entendido.
Right, Sid.
Ahora lo comprobaré. Ah, sí que puedo. Sí que puedo. Ah, no. Bueno, porque está al máximo. Pero si hago esto, sí que las puedo usar.
This might take a
A ver, me
while.
dejo pegar. Bueno, ya lo probaré. Ah, entonces no hace falta que me lo ponga aquí. El elixir y eso. Entonces pondré... Bueno, no sé. No, el elixir está bien. Lo que podría ponerme aquí son los bufos. No, el elixir no, que puede que le dé sin querer. Ya estaba bien este. Píldora será ahí. Pero ya me ha pegado. ¿Puedo usar una poti? Sí. Vale, perfecto. Lo puedo usar en el menú. Pues ya está. Ah, spoiler. Alguien ha gritado spoiler. Madre mía. Creo que habrá escuchado. Vale. Pues ya está. Móvil que ahorre batería. A ver. Ay, que me mandaron un mensaje. Vale. Pues por aquí debería estar el boss. La Hunt, que digo. ¿Es eso? ¿Qué es eso? Severian Snape. Severian Snape.
What the hell is this thing doing out in the ruins?
Ay, los de atrás no me voy a poder. Vale. sube el volumen a saco, cuando está luchando. Le voy a cerrar la puerta. Bueno, voy a ir a la cocina un segundo, primero. Electrum. Eso me hacía falta para algo.
From the ruins it came, and to ruin it returns.
Pues, venga un segundo. Voy a la cocina, lo paso. Uy. Nada, 2 o 3 minutos yo estoy aquí. Voy a ver qué puedo merendar o algo. Voy a ver qué tengo. Creo que tenía poca cosa, pero bueno. Vale, ya estoy. Ya estoy. Bueno, ahora volveré a la cocina un momento, pero primero avanza un poquito la quest esta. A veces Torgal hace como un "ruah", y parece una persona. Parece la voz de una persona que se esté quejando por algo. ¿Cuántos puntos de habilidad tengo? No creo que haya ganado muchos, ¿no? 700 y pico. Bueno. No me llega